the American people stand firm in the faith which has inspired this nation from the beginning. We believe that all men have a right to equal justice under law and equal opportunity to share in the common good. We believe that all men have the right to freedom of thought and expression. We believe that all men are created equal because they are created in the image of God. From this faith, we will not be moved.
Hello and welcome to the Freedom of Thought podcast. I'm your host, Paladino Joey, or Joey Awajan. Freedom of Thought is available on all of your favorite podcasting apps. I thank each and one of you once and always for downloading and listening to this show. It's a great pleasure to be back on board with you once again today as we're here on Easter weekend or Easter Sunday, depending on when you're listening, or after, hopefully. Either way, I suppose. Back here for Easter once again, a bit later this year than previous years. It just kind of, varies when Easter's actually going to land. It's funny how it lands on like a pothead day, April 20th. So that's kind of it's kind of annoying that way a little bit, but that's okay. I guess whatever they want to do, I suppose, but that's a completely different conversation at the end of the day. But want to emphasize something. Obviously, it's a very special day for all of us, and in some ways too, just the simple side of it is, it's kind of like that classic heart of spring holiday, and it's like that wonderful feeling of spring and everything, but also remembering the real reason for Easter is that he is risen, and he's the reason for all of us being here today, and it's a wonderful thing. This will probably be fairly short. I'm not feeling my best. I'm still kind of recovering from cold symptoms. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's been a pain in the butt. I've had like 2 colds already this year. It's like, really, So I had a really rough go back in late January, right around Trump's inauguration. So that was frustrating. But we'll get off of that part of things. Speaking of Trump, though, incredible speech. It's about 9 minutes, so I'm probably not going to play it on this particular episode, even though I'd really like to. But 9 minutes is kind of a little on the long side to to kind of have the sound put on this show. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, an incredible speech, very heartfelt and very sincere, which is what's super important, where you could tell he does have a passion for the Lord. And you have to believe that he would have a passion for the Lord when you consider what happened. And like what he included pretty early in his inauguration speech back on January the 20th. Already, is it 3 months ago? 3 months ago. That's crazy. It's already been 3 months. He talked about that he was literally, his life was spared by God so he could make America great again. Unfortunately, a lot of people on the left, the angry, screaming, frustrated left, want to, complain about every little thing he's done. Obviously, kind of like sometimes things get a little bit worse before they get better, like this whole tariff thing, negotiations. Whereas, obviously, the left constantly ignores the fact that a lot of these tariffs have improved relations with other countries more than they think, because now they're playing more fair. There's more of like an even playing field. There's just one country that wants to just keep screwing around, and of course, we all know who that is, China. So there's that. China's kind of like an arch rival when it comes to, trade and such with the United States, and God only knows what kind of other stuff is going on, including obviously COVID years ago. Sometimes I swear the thing I had back in January almost felt like a COVID. It was really weird. And then right now, even I can't really smell anything, so that's kind of strange. I don't think it's COVID, but I don't know. My appetite isn't what it was lately, so it's kind of weird. Kind of a weird vibe right now. But again, still recovering and thanking the Lord for my healing. Like by Jesus' stripes, I'm healed. And of course, so it's like another perfect day. I'm actually recording this early Saturday afternoon on the 19th of April. Absolutely gorgeous at Hampshire Park. So I'm going to actually use that as the logo this year for the show to kind of have something, just to kind of have that beautiful spring look. Like here in Minnesota, it looks more like super early spring because spring takes a little while to get going here in Minnesota. It doesn't really get into full bloom until like the end of April or into May to really get like a full bloom. Whereas other parts of the United States, you're probably well into the full bloom already. Like even like Seattle and such, like in like February, March, you already start seeing flowers blooming. So yeah, it's just a totally different vibe. Obviously, Minnesota, it's kind of a little bit of a late starter. April can be quite chilly, and it has been generally a pretty chilly April here in Minnesota, but at least it's not a dark, snowy, cold Easter like we've had a couple of years. Maybe it was a few weeks earlier and such, but man, we've had some dark, cold, snowy Easters that I've done this episode. So this is a heck of a lot more pretty and beautiful. It just sucks that I'm not feeling good. And that's the crappy part, but I'm going to get out in the sun anyway, because that's probably the best remedy there is. The sun is literally vitamin D, so that's absolutely great. So again, getting back to Trump's Easter speech, obviously, again, like I said, very heartfelt, very sincere, and you can tell he's got a heart for God, more than people want to admit, more than people want to accept, and he does. He does. He has some worldly ways and such. Obviously, I swear too. I'm just admitting it. I wish I didn't. We're all kind of human. Obviously, Donald Trump swears. He's got some potty mouth type of deal, and it's how it goes. A lot of people say, the hell and damn. That's kind of really basic stuff. That's like on just PG television. It's like Star Trek Next Generation or whatever. Not that I recommend that for political views, that's for sure. That's a pretty left-leaning show, you could say, at the end of the day. Let's say, but really comparing just to last Easter with a certain other president that was in office, where it was the absolute opposite vibe to what Donald Trump brought to the table this year, heading into the Easter weekend. With Biden last year, it was literally all about transgenders and basically celebrating transgenders and celebrating that they basically are special people or whatever that deserves a special treatment. That's basically what he went into his speech or his like Easter weekend conversation. So it's a completely different vibe this year, and boy, it's a heck of a lot better one. That's for doggone sure. So that's kind of definitely an encouraging thing, and you hope that this can continue, and you wish that the country would come out with a similar vibe. What's really encouraging, though, is that, say, like Minnesota Fox 9, and when you think Fox, conservative, no, not Minnesota Fox 9. Channel 9 locally in Minnesota, probably every local channel is left-leaning, generally speaking, but like on YouTube, when they had the speech up there, like the raw speech, like where it's just kind of raw, it's like it's just talking right there. There's not much of, there's not like ads and like specialized cut this part out, cut that part out. It was the whole speech about, again, 9 minutes and 30 seconds, something around those ways. And every one of the comments was supportive, absolutely supportive of what Trump said. And I think that's wonderful. So that's very encouraging. Whereas a lot of times when you think of Trump locally, it's just going to be one negative thing after another, trashing him about this, trashing him about that he's this, he's that, he's racist, he's bigot, he's ignorant, he's screwing up the economy and da-da-da-da-da. But so instead it was much more focused on Easter, and that what he said was really good. So thank you to the commenters on the Minnesota Fox 9 locally here in the Twin Cities on their YouTube channel. That is wonderful to see that there was one encouraging comment after another. So just in case one or two of you commented on there. Thank you. One or two of you that might be listening. All 12 of you that listen to this podcast, unfortunately. That's what it feels like. About 12 people listen to it. But at least I'm talking to somebody out there, and hopefully, you can spread this show around a bit. Again, this will be a very, very short episode. Again, not feeling all so great, but need to acknowledge Easter. Need to acknowledge Easter every single year, and that's what I'm here for today. So I'm hoping that all of you have a wonderful Easter. Again, for myself locally, like with my family, usually my parents, who are unfortunately getting older and older and older. Like, we're all getting older, but they're getting older. We always tend to have like a leg of lamb. I think it's absolutely wonderful. It's wonderful food. Some of you might like lamb, some of you might not. Obviously, like lamb chops, there's that. But Easter, it's like usually like more like a roast, like leg of lamb roast. It's absolutely delicious. So it's something fun to look forward to as well. And it's like you think of the lamb and all that. So, and like our Passover involved the blood of the lamb and all that. And that ultimately led to Jesus Christ many, many years later. Obviously, the first Passover was to keep that, was it like a spirit of death away from the firstborn of the Israelites. And obviously, as the firstborn of the Egyptians were killed, and then Pharaoh finally just said, enough, just go. We're not going to hold you anymore. Just go. And then he changed his mind and chased them and all that. And then they were drowned in the Red Sea. That's obviously the Lord parted the Red Sea with, used Moses to part the Red Sea. And then, once they crossed, down came the walls of water, and several Egyptians drowned. As to, did Pharaoh drown? I'm not sure. Don't know. Some people say he was there. Some people say he wasn't. Who knows? We weren't there, so we don't know at the end of the day. But there is physical evidence of ancient chariot wheels and such down there that have been spotted. Basically, you don't want to touch it because it'll disintegrate. It's thousands of years old underwater. Fascinating. I remember they were saying how it was like gold plated too. Woof. So pretty cool at the end of the day that there's more and more evidence of things happening that were spoken of in the Bible. Just like finding Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat, like a ship, like a boat-shaped object, a giant ship, an ancient ship-shaped object that was like, petrified, with covered in mud and such over thousands of years on one of the mountains of Ararat. So, because it's more of like a series of mountains in Turkey. So, fascinating stuff at the end of the day that you get to find and see more and more and more and more evidence that all of this is true. All of this is true. So, just want to wish everybody that's listening a happy Easter. God bless you, all of you, on this day, this weekend. Maybe enjoying a gorgeous sunny afternoon versus a nasty, overcast, wet, snowy afternoon. We'll take it any day of the week. It's definitely more of a remedy for anybody not feeling their best, that's for sure. So take care. God bless you. Happy Easter, and God bless the United States of America.